This is my first video of this sort, and it's taken me a really long time to actually get around to making this. It's been kind of something I've been kicking around for quite a while, but I keep getting this major fear that stops me dead in my tracks. And I know I'm not the only person who tends to get fear in the way of where they want to go, what they want to do. So today I think I'm going to talk about that. And I read one time that fear and love are the only two emotions that there are, and we're always either acting from a state of fear or a state of love. Now, I would like to think that I'm always acting from love, but I know that's a bunch of crap. And even the most loving people, it's probably still a bunch of crap. We all have fear, and we all act from it from time to time. But the thing is to recognize it and to find ways to right your path once you realize that you're acting out of fear. So I'm sitting in the park right now, as you can see. I'm sitting on a boulder under a tree, and you may not think that's such a big deal. For me right now, it's kind of a big deal because earlier this year I was out hiking in a very beautiful place, not here, but I fell on a boulder and I ripped my hamstring off the bone, about 6 centimeters. So I kind of have this fear of walking on boulders now. And the only reason I'm sitting on this boulder is because I dropped my water, and I'm in Arizona in the desert, and it's hot. So I said, I guess I have to get over the fear and pick up my water because I need my hydration. So I did that, and I decided to sit down, and I noticed this bird, hummingbird. I love hummingbirds. It's flying around, and it stopped on a branch and sat there for a second, and it's looking for flowers to suckle from. And it hopped onto another branch, which is a little unusual because I've hardly ever seen them not in motion. And I feel like this is kind of, see, there he is again. I don't know if you can see him, but anyway, I feel like that's kind of a metaphor for where I'm at right now. Like, I had all this forward momentum going. I started doing things with my life that I've been too afraid to do for many, many years. And the momentum was really, really fast at first, and I felt like everything was falling into place. And then all of a sudden, Thursday, everything seemed to come to this screeching halt. And it was like I was trying to make CDs all day, and CDs weren't burning. And, I had this great CD jacket, designed, and it was on a template that I got from somebody else. And I printed out my designs, and I went to make them, and the CD wouldn't fit in, and the labels I was trying to cut weren't cutting right, and it was just one thing after another. And basically it took me about 6 hours to make 6 CDs, which I should have been able to get that amount done in an hour or less. So, what I was thinking was I was going to end up going to my show that night with 3 different CDs that I have released, and many copies of each CD. And I had hoped to bring some jewelry, but none of it was done. I had 6 CDs. That's it. 1 album. I was not very happy. So, it took me all day until the very last minute when I was about to load up, of trying to get these CDs done. And it's just one frustrating thing after another. And I found that the day didn't really get a ton better. I mean, I did have fun at my gig, but I also had some frustration. And I just felt like I was backpedaling. I felt like no matter how much I tried to move forward, I was just stuck. Like, I would push harder and harder, and I felt like the harder I pushed, the further backwards I was being dragged. It's kind of like, I felt like everything I did was pointless. So then yesterday I woke up and I was really sick. I had a sore throat. I was throwing up. I had bad cough. I just felt totally terrible all day long. So I skipped the gig that I had scheduled that night, which is a first for me. I was not too happy about that because I don't like skipping gigs. I don't like not fulfilling my obligations. But I felt like I needed to do what I needed to do for self-care, so I stayed home and I rested, and I got a good night's sleep. And I woke up this morning and realized that a lot of the thoughts that I had yesterday were probably not the thoughts serving me. And I'm kind of been on a mission to get rid of the thoughts that don't serve me very well. Because I feel like I've let them rule my life for so long. I've let the fear rule my life for so long. I got a letter from a job that I had applied to almost a month ago. And, they said they were interested in hiring me. And it's a guaranteed income. There's a bonus at the end. It's a contract. Once the contract's over, you get the bonus. And it's not that it's a job I can't do, because I definitely could. However, the last time I had a job similar to this, my health declined. I ended up needing anxiety meds. I was on painkillers. I had issues with muscle cramps, and the health problems were just piling up and up and up. And it wasn't sustainable. It probably would have killed me if I had stayed there for a lot longer, because that's what was happening. So I've kind of come to this point where, some things I'm getting, like I'm telling my fear to fuck off, and I'm going forward. But I still have issues that I'm not allowing myself to go forward with. I don't want to say issues. I want to say, ideas. I have ideas of things I want to do. A few years ago, I came across this healing modality. It's an energy healing, and it's worked wonders on me. And I offered it to some friends just as a free thing to test my skills, and it's worked wonders on them as well. And I'm like, I kind of want to offer this to people as a service, because I feel the need to help. I used to be a fitness trainer, and I loved that job. But I kind of felt like, the reason I didn't continue with that job was because I felt like I was treating the symptoms and not the cause of them. Because we don't get fat or out of shape or unhealthy because we want to. We get that way because there's something in our heads that is causing us to behave in ways that don't serve us. So I never really understood why it was my training plans would work for some people and not for other people. And it has to be more than just genetics. It has to be more than just food. It has to be more than just the behavior. So I started looking deeper. I started, playing around with my own training and some ideas. And I came across this thing. It's called emotional freedom technique, or they call it tapping for short. And it's been quite a miracle for me. I've healed some old wounds. I've helped some people heal some old wounds. And I feel like I have quite a knack for it. And I want to offer it as a service, but then there's that little voice that goes, oh, but people will think you're crazy. What if it doesn't work? What if people hate you? What if it closes opportunities for you? What if the door gets shut on you in other ways? What if your friends go away? What if your family laughs at you? There's so many things going on in my head. But that main thing is, I still have the desire to help people. I still have the desire to leave the world in a better state than I came into it in. And I can't get over that. No matter what I do, no matter what passion I pursue, no matter what way I decide to, make my money, I I always come back to wanting to help people. It's inherent in my nature. I can't help it. I've been known to put myself into danger because I'm so hell-bent on helping people. So, anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, but I kind of feel like right now I'm like the bird that's resting on the branch. I'm just kind of sitting, and I'm looking around, and I'm looking for the nectar. And I'm hoping that once I can actually see through my higher perspective, that I'll see exactly what I'm supposed to do. And it's kind of, I look at the bird and I think, I doubt the bird has any fear that if he eats the nectar, that the other birds are going to get mad at him. I don't think that he's worried about what the bees think, about what the trees think. He's just drinking the nectar because that's his thing. And I kind of feel like that's quite a lesson to learn. And maybe I just need to stop worrying about what everybody else thinks and just drink the nectar. Anyway, that's my video. It's a little long, might be a little rambly, but I love you guys, and peace out. I wanna break free.